Hey Fins fans, Mike here, back with the latest news that's dominating the conversation around our Miami Dolphins. We're diving deep today into a situation involving one of our absolute cornerstone players, cornerback Jalen Ramsey. There's a lot of noise out there about his future, and it's got the fan base buzzing. We'll break down the rumors, discuss the potential impact, and hear from one of his teammates, Zach Sieler, about the situation. Get ready, because this is a big one that could shape the Fins season. All right, let's get right into it. The talk of the town, and frankly the league, is the increasing likelihood that Jalen Ramsey might be traded by the Dolphins. While nothing is official, multiple reports and whispers suggest it's becoming less of a possibility and more of an inevitability, potentially happening before training camp even begins. We've heard mentions of teams like the Los Angeles Rams showing interest, which would be quite the reunion for Ramsey. But as of now, it seems like teams are evaluating the situation and what it would take to acquire a player of his caliber. The front office has a significant decision looming, and the clock is ticking. Now, let's talk about the why behind these rumors. Trading a player like Jalen Ramsey isn't a decision made lightly. Ramsey is a multiple-time Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, and widely considered one of the elite cornerbacks in the NFL when healthy. His impact on the field is undeniable. He can lock down top receivers, make game-changing plays, and brings a level of intensity and football IQ that elevates the entire defense. However, the NFL is a business. Ramsey is entering a phase of his career where his contract and age become factors teams evaluate. Trading him could potentially free up significant salary cap space, which the Dolphins could use to address other needs on the roster, or it could net valuable draft capital through future picks that could help build the team for sustained success. It's a tough balancing act between immediate on-field impact and long-term roster management. The potential impact of losing Ramsey is massive. On the field, you're losing your top guy in coverage. Think about the opposing offenses we face. Having a player who can neutralize a team's #1 receiver is a luxury. Without him, the pressure shifts to other players in the secondary. We have talented guys like Kader Kohou and Cam Smith, but they are younger and still developing. Could they step up? Absolutely. But it's a big ask to fill Ramsey's shoes immediately. It forces defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver to potentially adjust schemes, perhaps relying more on safety help over the top, or bringing more pressure to compensate. It fundamentally changes the dynamic of our pass defense. Beyond the stats, Ramsey is a veteran leader. His presence in the locker room, his preparation, and his competitive fire are contagious. That kind of leadership is hard to replace. Amidst all this speculation, it was really insightful to hear from Dolphins veteran Zach Sieler. When asked about the situation, Sieler was incredibly supportive of Ramsey as a player and teammate. He acknowledged Jalen's greatness, saying, "Jalen Ramsey is a great player. What he's done on the field these last years has been nothing but amazing." This shows the respect Ramsey commands within the locker room. But Sieler also highlighted the reality of the NFL business, stating, "That's not my decision, that's not my realm. I don't know what happened there." It's a clear indication that while players support each other, they understand these are front office decisions driven by factors beyond their control. Sieler expressed hope that whatever happens works out for both Ramsey and the Dolphins, wishing Jalen lands where he can best utilize his abilities, and that the team can continue to perform at its peak. It's a perspective that resonates. Players want their teammates to succeed, but they also understand the team's goals. Looking ahead, a potential Ramsey trade has significant consequences for the Dolphins' season and beyond. If they trade him, for draft picks, how do they use those picks? Do they target another cornerback high in the draft? Do they address other positions of need like the offensive line or defensive line? If they free up cap space, do they pursue a free agent? The decision impacts not just the secondary, but the entire roster construction and strategic direction of the team. It raises questions about whether the team is still in a win-now window, or if this signals a slight shift towards retooling for the future. It's a high-stakes move, and the franchise needs to be careful. especially given the history of personnel decisions over the past decade. As Sealer's quote subtly hinted at, hoping this isn't another move they look back on negatively. How the team navigates the rest of the offseason, particularly training camp and the preseason, will be crucial in seeing how they adapt if Ramsey is indeed gone. All right, Fins fans, this is a developing story and a critical moment for our team. What are your thoughts on the Jalen Ramsey trade rumors? Do you think trading him is the right move for the Dolphins' future, or should they keep one of the league's best corners? Let me know your take in the comments section below. Your opinions matter. And hey, if you're as passionate about the Dolphins as I am, smash that like button to show your support. And please subscribe to the channel. We'll be here every step of the way, covering all the latest news, analysis, and game breakdowns. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, go Fins!